JC here for retirecheap.asia. We're back on the road again. We're out making a road trip for you rippers, retirees in paradise, of places you can retire, and we got another one on the list. Guess where we're headed now? If you're in the north of Thailand, eventually, no matter what, you're going to hear about a place called Pai. Now, Pai is part of Mae Hong Son province. It's in the north, not far from the border of Myanmar. Now, you're going to hear about it because it carries the same history as Khao San Road in Bangkok, and I'll tell you about that in just a minute. But it's winter now, so the weather is very nice. Now I say winter, people are thinking, oh, it's cold. Imagine winters in Florida or winters in the Caribbean, and you got about the same weather here. It's 84 at the daytime and 54 at night, and that's in Fahrenheit, and Celsius is 29 and 12 degrees. So you can see it's warm during the day and it's cool at night. So it's a great time to be here. Now, like I said, it sort of mirrors the history of Khao San Road. And what I mean by that is originally Khao San Road and Pai, which is where we're at, they were primarily for backpackers. People with no money coming to Thailand and could spend as little as possible. Then all of a sudden what happened was they became popular. And there's a couple reasons for that. Movies, primarily. Movies put these places on the map. And so people kept hearing about Khao San Road. When they were in Bangkok, they wanted to check it out, see what it was all about. Same thing happened with Pai. And we'll go into that in just a second. So a little history about it. Back in 2006, there was only 2,284 people living here in Pai. It was a tiny little place. Then in 2009, the movie came out. It was called Pai In Love. That put it on the map, not for foreigners, but for Thai people. All of a sudden, Thai people wanted to go see what this was happening in the movie, where this place was. It was up in the mountains. It's very cool. It made it romantic, it was like a love story, so it was really interesting for people to come to. All of a sudden, people started flocking to it. Now, always foreigners were coming here, but it attracted a certain type of foreigner. It's only 50 miles from Chiang Mai, which is about 80 kilometers, and there really wasn't a lot of ways to get here. Like late in the 19th century, there was a road it took a week to get here, and it was primarily inhabited by the hill tribes and the Shan from Burma. And then there was some skirmishes between Lana culture, the Lana Empire, and the Shan, and they fought, and Lana eventually took it over and allowed the indigenous hill tribe people to live here. But anyway, in 1967, the Thai government decided they were going to put a road in from Chiang Mai up here. That was 1967. That wasn't that long ago, and it wasn't even finished until the mid-1990s. The road got finished to come here. Now, originally, like I said, it was just bamboo huts, similar to what you see behind me. That's all that was here. It was on the river. It was really quiet. Wasn't much going on. Then in 2001, 2003, they came up with these ordinance building codes that said you're not allowed to build these kinds of things anymore. They had to be a solid material, which changed the dynamics because people that were complying, they couldn't put the money into it. So all the little places that were on the river that were building like this had to stop, and people were coming in buying that property and putting up resorts. And that's changed the whole dynamics here at that point. Now, when I came, it was about 12 years ago. And it was really laid back. There was nothing here. In fact, I told people, they said they're going to Pai. I said, well, bring a book, because all you can do is hang out at the river and do nothing but eat and relax. It was very quiet. And really, at that point, there were only 2 roads in Pai. Downtown Pai was 2 roads. That was it. There was nothing else happening there. And it was a place mostly stoners came and hung out in the mountains. That was all that was happening here. And so, like I said, that was about 12 years ago. Now, about 3 years ago, I made a video for YouTubers, and it was about Mae Hong Son. It's Mae Hong Son, a good place for retirees to retire. And that is, if you went from Chiang Mai to Mae Hong Son, you pass through Pai. And so I did this in a minivan. And this was about 3 years ago. And we made a pit stop to let some people out, pick some people up. And I said, where are we stopping? Where is this place? And they said, Pai. And I went, what? It was a city. A city had sprouted up. So it changed amazingly. And that was only about 3 years ago. Now, the dynamics here have changed a lot since then as well. Because speaking of movies that put Pai on the map, Chiang Mai has been put on the map by a movie that happened in China. I think it was called, what was it, Chiang Mai? I forget the name of the movie. It was a Chinese movie. It was one of the most popular movies in China a couple of years back. And it changed the dynamics of Chiang Mai. It got inundated, besieged with Chinese. And to this day, it's still like that. It's crawling with Chinese. And it's changing the dynamics of Chiang Mai the same way the Russian influence changed Pattaya. They're buying up properties, they're buying up businesses and everything, so it's inundated with the Chinese. Well, it's spilled off over to Pai as well. And for Chinese coming to Thailand, there is no low season. They're here all year round. And so you see them crawling over Pai as well. Now, but I want to, because of the people coming here, you know, everything's a double-edged sword. Because so many people are coming here, this infrastructure changes. More things to cater to the people. And so what I want to know is if this is a great place for retirees in paradise, rippers as I call y'all, to retire. What's new here? What's available here? Now, to get here, I owned a couple restaurants in Chiang Mai. And I remember people coming to the restaurant saying, we're headed off to Pai. I said, oh, very cool. How are you getting there? And they said, oh, we're going to rent a motorbike. And I said, oh, man, be careful. It is really, really dangerous to drive a motorbike. And the reason why, there's 762 turns, and these are hairpin turns through the mountains getting to Pai. And so it's really, really important if you're going to take a motorbike and get here to be on your guard, because what happens, it's a two-lane road, and even on the turns there are no straightaways hardly at all, so people pass on the turns. And if you're on a motorbike, guess what? You're the lowest on the food chain, so you're the one that's going to have to move. And some of these are steep hills, so you got a lot of speed, and all of a sudden you see two cars approaching you coming the wrong way. You got to move over, so you're going to either dump the bike or something, but you're going to be the one that's going to end up the losing end of that battle. So you'd be very careful you're going to take a motorbike. And now for 150 baht, 180 baht, you can get a minivan that'll pick you right up at your door in Chiang Mai and bring you up here. Rent a bike once you get up here, and we'll see about that, how easy it is to rent a motorbike up here. But take the minivan. But another word of warning, a word of caution if you're going to take the minivan, and that is, if you have any kind of issue with motion sickness, make sure you take some medicine before you come. You know, if you're sitting in the front of a minivan and you can see the road turn and everything, you're okay. But what happens when you get in the back, and these are 12-seaters, you get in the back, you can't see the turns and everything, your body feels them, but your eyes don't get in sync with that, and all of a sudden you get motion sickness. It can be a real issue. And, you know, you go on the road and you see stops for gasoline, you see stops for eating, you see stops. Well, on the way to Pai, there's a stop for puking. There's actually a sign that says, here's a puke stop. You can stop and throw up here. And there's also a sign that says it's not too late to turn around. Here's a place to make a U-turn. So I'm just warning y'all that you're going to be going, when will the turns end? But we're going to check it out. And there's other ways to get up here, and I'll mention those to you in upcoming videos as well, or in upcoming segments of this. So we want to know about the transportation getting here, transportation once you're here, long-term lodging, how much is it going to cost to stay long-term. We want laundry, we want shopping, we want eating, we want all those things. Immigration, if it's possible to do anything immigration-wise up here. So that's the deal. We're in Pai. We're going to check it out for you all. So come along with us and see what Pai has to offer. This is JC signing off. Remember, when it comes to hanging out in Thailand and retiring, there's always an option. See ya. So another option you have for getting to Pai, if you don't want to get sick, coming by vehicle, You have an option to fly in. You can fly into Pai from Chiang Mai. There's daily flights on SGA Airlines, which is Siam General Airlines, and Nok Airlines. They fly in daily, so you could fly up here. It's a 30-minute flight from Chiang Mai, which would be much more tolerable than driving or being a passenger in a van. So here's another option for you for getting up to Pai, even if you want to just check it out. This is a great option for you. So one thing you're going to notice that I just came across, I just realized this. If you watch here for about 5 or 10 minutes, one thing you're going to notice that's missing here. Guess what it is? It's public transportation. There is no public transportation in Pai to get around. Now that might be because the city's so small that you could actually walk everywhere. That's my opinion anyway. But a lot of the things you're going to want to see and do, and probably where you're going to stay, is going to be outside of this main area of the city. But realize when you get here, don't think you're going to get off the minivan or in the airport and all of a sudden be able to get, you know, songcows, which is the pickup trucks with the two seats in the back, or a motorbike taxi or a tuk-tuk to get around the city. You're going to have to be able to get around on your own. So you're either going to rent a bicycle, or you're going to rent a motorbike, or walk. So there you go. No public transportation in Pai. So make sure that you get strong and just do your exercise and everything before you get here. So also notice you're a little bit higher in elevation than Chiang Mai, so that might be an issue as well for you. So, but you got to get around on your own once you get here. So one of the things I'm always looking for when I'm coming to a place to see about whether it's hospitable for living as a ripper is the things that we're going to have to use on a continuing or routine basis. One of those is going to be laundry. Nobody does their own laundry in Thailand. You get it done. So I always want to know, is it going to be more expensive or less expensive? I was just in a place, Supambore, where it was 10 baht per piece of clothing to get it laundered. Where here in Pai, the average is about 30 baht for a kilo. If you want to have it all ironed, it'll be 40 baht per kilo. So get out your scale, weigh up your clothes dry, and see how much it costs you to get it laundered where you don't have to do it. It's always a good thing, and it's not expensive in Thailand. So in Pai, 30 baht for a kilo. If you want it ironed, 40 baht. So, one of the criteria I look for when it comes to living as a ripper in Thailand or any other country is medical facilities. You got to have emergency medical care pretty close by, especially as we get older as a ripper. You're going to need some kind of medical treatment in case there's an emergency. Well, Pai has a hospital. Don't expect anything special, but the signs are in English. You would be able to get your treatment done. It's got all the departments you would expect in a hospital. But if it's something serious, more serious, you'd have to be headed off to the closest really tourist hospital, which would be in Chiang Mai. And you wouldn't be doing that by minivan going for hours and hours. You'd probably be flying out on a Nok Air flight or something like that. But if you're living here, you need an emergency treatment, Pai does have a hospital, so there you go. Another thing to check off the list as far as a place hanging long-term as a ripper in Thailand. So, as opposed to the tourist place to eat, we're going to go down where the Thai people and the hill tribes are shopping for food. อันนี้อะไรโมะไหมไข่โมะโมะแดงอ๋อ red ant eggs ผมเคยกินใส่ไข่อร่อยมาก Yeah, these are red ant eggs. They get them out of the trees and stuff. They have big ant nests, and they take them out, and actually really good. I had them stir-fried with eggs before, like scrambled eggs with red ant eggs. So now this market, it appears this is just a market where there's some prepared food, but not what I'm really looking for. Because on the tourist road, they have places that are cooking food that you can actually stop and eat. And I'm looking for that where Thai people actually stop to eat, because I know they're not eating that foreign food. So we're going to see, but they have mushrooms, all sorts of mushrooms for sale. Nice mushroom. Ooh, look at the head of broccoli. Oh my god, the broccoli, that's the best looking broccoli. Any broccoli suai, am I? That's the best looking broccoli I've seen in Thailand. Wow, nice produce. Wow, they got gorgeous produce here. Look at the size of this cabbage. Wow, suai ma. Wow, the produce looks so nice here. Nat and I have been joking as we get on the road. I see these things and I keep saying that they're scallions growing. She says it's garlic growing. So I've never really seen garlic growing in the ground to see what it actually looks like. But I swear that what we keep seeing is scallions growing. But anyway, yeah, this is basically a fresh market for locals to come buy food. They do hear some fresh spring rolls they've got and some dumplings. Wow, check out the produce. The limes look nice too. Manao soy, 10 of them for 45 baht. Well, here's desserts, Thai desserts. This actually has pieces of pumpkin in it. Very tasty with egg. Very nice. Now see the lady putting the strawberries. See, she puts the sugar over the strawberries. It's a sugar and salt mixture. And maybe a little spice as well. But it's usually because the strawberries aren't so sweet. Except the ones in Samong that I got were real sweet. Here's some avocados. Now in the north we got avocados now. Look at the size of some of these avocados. That's for a kilo, 75 baht. But as you get further south, we don't have avocados. They don't make it down that far yet. The industry isn't the supply and demand. The demand up here is eating them all up. Excuse the pun. So we don't even get them down south yet. They are imported and expensive down there. And a lot of these are hydroponics and stuff, but look at the lettuces. Beautiful lettuce. Oh, the produce here is gorgeous. And this is 5 baht for a whole thing. Now they use this in like, if you're gonna make fried rice, you got the scallion seed and then you got the cilantro and stuff that you chop up and put over it. So it's a package deal. Here's some cooked food, but still not cooked to order. Like the booths in Supambari, Chiang Mai and stuff, you have these food carts where people are preparing food and you can sit down and eat. Here, we'll ask this girl with the popcorn. That food dining, food, the cart, tamahan.
นะคะที่ไหนเขามีทำแบบร้านอาหารข้างทางค่ะมีก๋วยเตี๋ยวมีทำอาหารตามสั่งเยอะๆค่ะตรงนี้ออกไปซ้ายมือก็มีก่อนจะถึงถนนซ้ายมือตรงนี้เหรอคะมันมีร้านอาหารมีเยอะๆเลยใช่ไหม
อ๋อโอเคขอบคุณครับน้ำเรด
ถ้าจะกินพวกก๋วยเตี๋ยวข้าวมันไก่พยายามไปกินหน้าโรงพักอ่ะ
หน้าโรงพักใช่ไหมคะ
ถามเขาก็ได้ว่าไปหน้าโรงพักเป็นไหนคะมันจะเป็นร้านสุดท้ายที่ติดกับสะพานเลยเขาจะขายเฉพาะตอนเย็น
ขอบคุณครับ So there we go. We got the directions of where we can go and find the food carts, which is what I was actually looking for. But this is good for you all to see what kind of produce. This is the evening market, and you can see what kind of produce and stuff you can get. There's some chicken being sold across the street. Fresh chicken, if you're going to cook chicken. The produce is outstanding here. Wow, gorgeous. Probably because of the cool weather. Red leaf lettuce. Very good. Well, there you go. What is this over here? I think some more meat being sold. Yeah, innards and all sorts of stuff that I don't eat. Parts of animals that I don't understand how people eat, but hey, everybody's got their own thing, right? So there you go, avocados, mangoes, fruits. Fresh coconut for 20 baht. Jackfruit, 25 baht. 40 baht for mandarin oranges, a little bag of them. 40 baht for some bananas. Here, this is an interesting banana. Actually, 2 bananas in one. And we call a bunch of bananas. They call them a wee of bananas. Wee, Chiang Mai, any wee? We call a cluster or a group or a bunch. Some baked goods. Bakery goods have become very popular in Thailand, so the price is coming down. I mean, remember I always said that anything Thais don't use or consume is inordinately expensive. Some people see my videos and go, it's not cheap there, because they're looking at the videos where I'm showing stuff that is like for foreigners only, and it's expensive. If you want to live like a foreigner, eat like a foreigner and everything over here, it's going to be expensive. So I try and show, I show you those things as well, because you might have a hankering for some foreign food, and there's a lot of it here in Pai. If you eat like Thai people and stuff, now bakery goods, Thais are starting to really enjoy their baked goods. And so the price is coming down, the selection is going up. Here in Pai, I've never seen so many baked goods available. So anyway, there's the fresh market. We're going to go find the food booths or the food carts to see what's available the way Thais eat as opposed to the way foreigners eat. Here we got some larvae, worm larvae, and some octopus, some squid, all sorts of good stuff. So there you go. When it comes to buying fresh food and eating, there's always an option. Let's go find some food carts. So the directions that we got, the lady didn't understand what we were asking for. She directed us to a street that basically had restaurants on it. She didn't understand we were actually looking for food carts. It appears that Mae Hong Son doesn't have that area for people. They got food like this. There's some food carts here, but all the food's prepared to take home, put in a bag and take home. As you can see, there's food that's been prepared. น้ำพริกหนุ่มนะอันนี้ราคาเท่าไหร่ครับข้าวโพดครับอันนี้ราคา10 บาท10 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 บาทมี5 บาทไม่มี10 บาทมีตังค์เยอะอยู่แล้วไว So actually what I just bought was nampik or dips, what we would call dips back home. This one's a vegetarian dip made with green chilies. And they're very spicy, but they're made with all sorts of things. I've seen them made with jackfruit. I've seen them made with pork, with fish, with all sorts of stuff. Cup corn, my cup. And you eat it, traditionally you eat this with sticky rice. So you just take your sticky rice, mash it into a little pocket, sort of, with your fingers, and then dip it in there and eat it. But you don't take very much of it because it's very spicy. But that's the vegetarian version of it. But here's chicken, chicken satay, pork satay, huh? And there's some fish. I need some lap, man. Some lap patu, man. And so it's a catfish, sort of a catfish that is barbecued there. Again, this is all in bags to be taken home and eaten at home. So looks like we're going to have to eat in a restaurant here or eat along the road in the district for foreigners, and all that food's expensive. It's things you don't normally get that you might want to eat, but after you eat a couple meals of it, you're going to realize why you eat Thai food. Very filling, and if you look at what it's consisting of, it's very fattening as well for the most part. Al nam ta hu mai? เอาเหรอหวานไหมน้ำเต้าหู้ไม่หวาน
ไม่หวานแค่ตานิดหน่อย
โอเค
1 ถุง
ทุนเดียว
ถุงเดียว
เอาปลาทองโกด้วยไหมอังเท่าไร 3 Sam Platangoด้วย Sam Ang. Sam Ang.
3 อัน
And what we got here is
อันละ1 บาท
fresh soy milk that Nat would like to have. Chai. อะไรก็ได้เอาอะไรอันนี้ก็ได้ And she said it was a little bit
8
sweet.
บาทค่ะ
เท่าไรครับ
8 บาทค่ะ
8 baht. So 8 bahts for the little bag of soy milk, fresh soy milk, and
ขอบคุณค่ะ
these are little fried dough balls, really is what they are. Thai people love this. It's actually good on a cold night to drink hot fresh soy milk. And then they got little breads too, and this is sweetened, a sweetened kind of condensed milk with something green and I'm not sure what. Maybe, anytime I say kiao,
ใบเตย
Bai Toi. Oh, with pandanus in it. Pandanus herb makes it green with sweetened condensed milk, and you dip the bread in and eat it as well. So anyway, looks like we're going to be eating at a restaurant tonight. We'll go check out some prices at a restaurant where Thai people eat, sit down and eat. But it looks like we're not going to find food carts. If I do stumble across them, I'll let you know. But it appears at this point that Thai does not have a food cart district in the evening like most places do. There are a couple spotty little carts, like this one across the street, where people can sit down and eat, but not many. So anyway, there you go. Update on the food situation in Thai. เอาแพทพุงกะลีใส่อะไรฮะกุ้งอันนี้ข้าวแพทกุ้งด้วยไหม
ไก่ก็ได้
ไก่แพทพุงกะลีไก่แพทพุง
กะหรี่ไก่ใช่ใช่
and ข้าวแพทกุ้ง
จะกุ้งไม่มีน้ำปลาหมึกได้ไหมปลาหมึกได้ไหม
ปลาหมึกโอเคไหมโอเคข้าวแพทปลาหมึกโอเค sit down. Okay, so let me adjust my microphone here. Hope that wasn't. I got a place for you to eat here. This is a great find. Nong Noon restaurant, which if you're trying to find it, it's easy to find. It's right across from the police station. So if you're getting locked up, no, I'm just kidding. You can find it though, right across from the police station. Nong Noon. Excellent prices. It's clean. The guy's friendly. Turn around and show all those pictures here of all the food. It's in English and in Thai. Stir-fried ginger chicken, curry dishes, yellow curry, fried rice, fried eggs, you name it, suki, all this stuff's here. So if you look, you can get, we got pat pongali, which is a yellow curry with turmeric in it, with chicken, 30 baht. That's like $1 US, depending on your exchange rate when you watch this. 30 baht, sweet and sour pork, chicken, 30 baht. This is over rice now. These dishes are over rice. Fried mixed vegetables with chicken or tofu, 30 baht. Pad Thai, 30 baht. Stir-fried basil, we call kapagai, kapapamuk, 30 for chicken, 35 for squid. Excellent prices. Fried rice with shrimp, 40 baht. He was out of shrimp though, so we got with squid, which is 35 baht. These are excellent prices. You have pictures to see what you're getting, and they plus English. Prices are incredible, and it jumps to 60 or 70 baht. If you're going to share a meal, you can get the dish for 60 or 70 baht, and then each person get a plate of rice to go with it. And those are 60 baht. Looks like 50, 60, and 70 baht. There you go. Killer restaurant. So who needs food carts, right? When you got someplace like this, you can sit down, relax, and eat a meal. And the water's free. They give you a glass of ice, and the water sitting on the table. So you can't beat that, right? So on a Category 1 budget, you can eat. Come to Nong Noon, right across from the police station, and get something to eat. I'll let you know how the food is as soon as I taste test it. For you all, of course, not for me. I don't need to eat any more food. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute. See ya. So, we finished our meal. There's not enough on the plate to make a positive idea at this point. It was really good. The portions were great. The flavor was good. I can't say enough about this place as far as someplace to eat if you need to get away from the tourist area and you want to get some food that's Thai food at Thai prices. Bang Nun is a good place to come. Like I said, right across from the police station. And Bang Nun, I think, translates to younger one, young one. So anyway, there you go. Check it out. But comes eating cheap and pie, hey, that's always an option.